farmers talked about it, right? You heard about the farmers and all that. They had I seen like a farm with onions. When they just dumped the onions, it was just like waste. It's good onions, but it was just nobody buying it. Yeah. And there's something. I made a video about it. It's called a breakdown of the chain of food supply chain. There's a breakdown in the food supply chain from abroad to America due to the so-called COVID, and also from certain farmers to the city. So there's a breakdown going on. So guess what? That's going to lead to a famine, and that famine is going to kick in right in the midst of those riots, man. So it's going to be bad out here.
What happened in the beginning? What happened was Trump took back NAFTA.
Yes.
So when he took back NAFTA, the trade went other places, and the ones that was doing business for a long time, since Clinton, since NAFTA came into existence, now Trump upset the food supply chain, the trade routes. So people wasn't getting the subsidies to buy the foods. Yeah. So if you don't have money to buy the foods from the farmers, the people starve, the farmers starve, everyone starved because the trade has changed. Yeah, he upset the trade.
And you add COVID to it. You remember he shut down the borders. He shut down anything coming from China was shut down. A lot of these places were shut down. When they had high levels of so-called COVID contaminations, they shut down the borders. Yeah. So there's a supply. It's not the same. Things are going to run out soon. So a lot of things are going to start to happen all at the same time. It's going to be beautiful.
Hopefully it's around the election.
That's right.
Or maybe not that week, but a week after, a month after, the next quarter, something.
Either way, brother, it's that season though.
Yeah, man.
So it's the season that we're going into. Yeah. That's why it's not a coincidence that you see the Spirit keeps bringing out this insurrection, sedition, zealot. Because that's when they started making their moves, when you had riots going on, and Rome had a hard time dealing with Israel, man.
Yeah, there's got to be a heavy influx of zealots that rise.
That's how they gonna move. Right now, the zealots can't just go around shooting at cops and all that other shit. They're gonna start doing this stuff, and Esau is gonna start doing his shit, his tyrannical stuff, when all hell breaks loose. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
read that scripture.
This is the 2nd Ezra chapter 5. In verse 8, it says, "There should be a confusion also in many places, and fire shall be oft sent out again. And the wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women shall bring forth monsters."
So we're like you said, bro, we're in that season, man.
That's right.
We're in
that season.
There was some news that nobody was talking about there's a bunch of birds that had migrated to a particular area. I forget which state it was, but they all dropped dead. We're all on the sidewalks for blocks and blocks and blocks. It might have been somewhere in the Midwest or something like that, but that's just a sign. That's confusion in many places, man. While the stuff that they want you to see in the mainstream news is going on, Flint, Michigan is still jacked up. That pipeline that they built through the Gadites land going through the United States, what's that? The Gadite where they were marching? Dakotas. That's still going on. The oil spills, there's still oil spilling in the Gulf.
Fukushima.
Yeah, Fukushima as well. The Northern Kingdom's still getting locked up on the border and thrown in cages.
Yes.
That's still going on. So it's all types of madness. Oh, then you know another thing that still rampant is Zika. Motherfuckers are still taking trips to the islands and catching Zika, man.
But
Zika virus.
It's all mainstream ain't talking about it because they want to push this election stuff because that's where they want the minds of the people to be. But when this shit hit the fan, now they're gonna release all of this other stuff that's going on, and it's gonna be just chaos on top of chaos. And that's what's going. That's one of the main reasons why it's gonna seem like things ain't stopping, because you're gonna feel like, oh, it's just happening. No, it's been happening.
Right. That's why
now you just get news. Pop. This is happening. Pop. Pop.
Yeah, you got that 5 and 8 again, bro.
It's gonna be crazy.
Second Ezra.
Fire shall be offset.
Offset, meaning it's not going to be a time where something's not going on.
Right. Breaking news.
It's often.
It's going to be breaking news. I can't wait for that. Every time your phone rings, breaking news. Yep. Bam, breaking news. Bam, breaking news. That's the time that we want to see. That's right. Especially while waiting for the earthquakes, man. That's going to be beautiful right there. You know what I'm saying? The Lord hasn't done that in a minute, especially in America, man.
Yeah.
open up the earth, swallow up a bunch of Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and the heathens. Mudslides, we need to see that, man.
Or just to cause the animals in the Appalachian Mountains come up out them mountains, man. There's some animals up in them Appalachian Mountains we ain't never heard of before. I believe through the spirit.
I want to tune in. I want to tune in the TV and hear catastrophes of biblical proportions. You know what I'm saying? There's something about it when the Edomite says that on the mainstream, because you know niggas is shaking in their boots, man. All right, and that's what we want to see, man.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 5 and verse 8. It says, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire.
Right, because they're going to go to one news channel on one news article, they're going to say one thing, they're going to go to another one, and it might be conflicted. Because remember, the New World Order, the scriptures said that I'm going to undo everyone that has had part in our captivity.
Right.
So, you know, if you go on YouTube, you can watch a video of how all these news anchors, they read the same script.
Yeah.
They have like it's a grid of maybe 16 different channels and all saying the same thing. And them times, them messages are going to be different. Because them same news anchors, they got families.
Yeah.
You know, they got lives that they go to. And all that shit, when all that gets flipped upside down, when they go into work and to report, if they make it, it's going to be different. It's going to be confusing as hell.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have the people with the the D battery radios.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be trying to tune in to the AM station.
Yeah, like
they're gonna hear shots ringing off on the station, man.
Terminator Judgment Day.
Yeah,
If you're hearing this transmission, you are the resistance. Man, listen, that's how it's gonna be, because remember, Esau is gonna take over the airways, radio-wise and all that, especially let me get right quick, Revelation 20:8.
It's like that in Contagion too.
That's right. Especially when it comes down to the Star Wars war. Because Esau is going to put a machine, a propaganda machine, the biggest propaganda machine that is going to be put out there. You think you've seen propaganda before? Nah. The propaganda machine that's going to be unleashed in the minds of the people to push this nation, this country to go into the Star Wars war is going to be crazy. Like, you talking about RT and Sputnik, they're going to shut all of that down. Anything that's not pro-Babylon, pro-AKA America, and the UN and NATO is going to be totally shut down. So
since it's digital, it's easier.
That's right.
You remember rabbit ears? How many people got rabbit ears in their house to get a shortwave? You know what I mean? You ain't got no rabbit ears no more, so how you gonna get the radio?
You're gonna get conflicting information, like Zaquan said. You're gonna have conflicting information about what's going down over there in the Middle East, but when it's not actually what's going down, because Esau ain't gonna be projecting stuff that he's losing the war. He's gonna projecting that he's winning and so on and so forth, right?
That's why Trump, they got they trying to put the CEO of Twitter and Facebook because they causing disinformation or something about the elections.
That's right.
They bringing them up on charges and stuff like that.
I think the biggest misinformation is going to be that announcement that Russia, China, and Iran has shot thermonuclear missiles, but do not worry, American citizens. We have the best national defense on the entire planet. You will be good. We'll be taken care of. Do not worry. All these missiles will be intercepted. That'll be the biggest and the final lie that's gonna come out of America, to try to appease these people when they hear the news that things have gone nuclear and that these things have been shot up and they're on their way. So Esau gonna put that last lie, and then the sky is gonna start to turn dark, just like in the movie 300. Remember when the Persians shot those arrows?
Yeah.
And then the sky turned black? What happened after that? Death. And those modern day arrows are what? Missiles. Bring it up.
2nd Esdras 5 and 9. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna start at 8 and go down to 9.
What?
It says, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women shall bring forth monsters. Verse 9, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another.
Right, salt water shall be found in the sweet. Because remember, water is what? Water is life.
That's right.
And when you have salt water in the sweet water is just the way you live. You're living good. Your life is good.
And then if you
Salt water, I mean, example. Sweet water is your car runs well every day when you get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Salt water is you wake up in the morning, you got a flat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If stuff that exists in the fresh waters can't exist in the salt water.
Right. It messes it up. Like it's uncomfortable.
That's amazing, man. All filters through rocks and everything.
That's right.
The Lord is amazing, man.
Lord, what did the Lord say? Before you go back, right quick, Jeremiah 50 and 34. What did the Lord say that He's going to do to America? Because if I'm drinking Kool-Aid, right, which we shouldn't, I just used an example, that was off the top. But if you were drinking Kool-Aid and somebody came in and started to dump salt water in your Kool-Aid. Look, what you say, brother? You gonna like, what the? You gonna try to smack the shit out of him, right? Because he's he's bringing discomfort to what you're doing. Well, bring it out. Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 50, verse 34.
Go ahead.
Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Go ahead.
He shall thoroughly plead their cause,
Right.
that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon.
There you go. So he's going to disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. He's going to make these people uncomfortable in every way, shape, or form. All right, so let's get back to the salt.
Back in 2 Esdras 5 and 9, it says, "And salt water shall be found in the sweet,
Right.
and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself."
Right. Well, that's what Judas did with Yahushua. Said all friends will destroy one another.
That's right.
So if we're following him, we should expect the same thing. And the friend could just be from a random Israelite,
Right.
man. It
A man
doesn't
who knows
necessarily have,
knowledge.
you don't got to be somebody that you know.
Right.
You know, it could be anybody.
Because think about it. He called Yahushua called him friend. Right? He could have called him by his name, just like he called everybody else by their name. Because it just hit me. I was like, hold up. Yahushua was accustomed to calling Peter, Peter. Calling John, John. But he called Judas friend. There's a reason for that. Because guess what? He was not as close to Judas as he was with Peter, John, and them. That's why he called him friend. So all these people that, like I said, just like a man from another camp, right? Know the truth, but we ain't really close. But we close in the fact that we know the truth. But where's your heart at? Your heart is like the heart of Judas. You selling out to Esau,
You know what's,
and now you getting me all
you know
heavy.
what's super spiritual? If I'm not mistaken, and the brother can look it up, the same word for friend or neighbor in the Hebrew looks exactly similar to the Hebrew word for evil.
Yeah.
It's rai,
Yeah.
with a ha on the end.
Yeah.
I think that's how you say neighbor and how you say friend in the Hebrew. If you remove that ha, you got evil.
That evil. Hey, that's
Or
crazy.
wicked. You know?
Crazy. Yeah, which becomes the total opposite.
It's not the scripture says. I forget who said it. Singer, it's a thin line between love and hate.
That's right. It is.
You know?
It is. It is. It is. That's crazy. It is.
That line's gonna be broken multiple times in these times coming up, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's why we get the wisdom so we can love the right way. So we don't just walk around talking about, I love you, man, I love you. But yet you sleep with a man's wife and you say you love him. Come on, man.
It says, verse 9 from the top again, it says, "And salt water shall be found in the sweet,
Right.
and all friends shall destroy one another.
Right?
Then shall wit hide itself."
Right, so wit, what is the wit that's going to hide himself? Let me get Amos 8:14.
Yeah, this is the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 14.
Right?
They that swear by the sin of Samaria,
Is that Amos? Is it 8:14? No, 8 and 11. 8 and 11. It's like 8 and 11. Right.
Amos chapter 8 verse 11.
Right.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power,
Right.
that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water,
Right.
but of hearing the words of the Lord.
That's right. That's what it means by wit. Wit is going to hide itself because wit is wit. It's the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So where's the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? It's in the hearts of the prophets. And it comes out of the mouth of the prophets. So how is it going to hide itself? Because guess what? We're not going to be in the streets no more. That's what's going to happen. The street ministry, as we've known, is going to come to an end.
Yeah.
But remember, that's one stage. Now we're going to go to what? To the more of a, I don't know if you call it, the closest thing is the Book of Eli type situation. Where it's going to be, what you said, brother? Pilgrim. That's right, a pilgrim-like ministry, which is going to be different than our street ministry. Why? Because we're not going to be sitting ducks here. They got martial law, and we know these devils are coming, and they know exactly where to get us, and we standing here preaching the word. Or you're not going to have riots breaking out, right? Gunshots left and right, and we out here dodging bullets, reading the scriptures, certain precepts while dodging
Shoot
bullets.
back.
Yeah, shooting back.
Precept, brother.
Call them precepts.
Behind the barricade.
And then say, oh, we got a sniper over there. Pop, pop, pop. And then you call, no, we're not gonna do that.
That'd
So
be a
we
hell of a
know.
parody, bro. But hey, that's real life, bro. Some of these zealots gonna do that shit.
Hey,
They're gonna
man.
be at camp. They're gonna throw.
gonna
Well, they
sit
don't
on
believe in the
shot.
12 tribes.
Bro.
Jump behind the sign
Bro,
and shit.
when Antifa, when Antifa and Black Lives Matter and the Proud Boys, when they out there, when they out there fighting and killing each other, they're gonna have them post camp out there, man. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's gonna get bullets shot through your garments, man. These dudes think they're invincible, you know?
I know they got garments, so that's bulletproof, right?
It's crazy. You can't stop. What are you gonna do? The international police comes in. You gonna,
I know.
You gonna clap back against them too?
Yeah, bulletproof fringes. Right, huh?
It says, then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chambers.
That's right. The secret chambers is the hearts. It's the actual minds. It's our minds. Because the things that we know, when we are removed from these streets, all the knowledge is going to go with us. And whoever got the opportunity to get the knowledge, got the knowledge. Whoever didn't, hey, you shit out of luck. Unless you one of those souls that when you that's meant to receive the truth in at the 11th hour in that pilgrimage, right? Unless you're one of them. If not, man, you out of luck. What?
I wanted to look this word up, but it says, it says in verse 10, and it says, it says, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber,
Right.
and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found.
That's right. It's gonna be sought of many and yet not be found. Because you're not gonna be able to go online. They're gonna have all types of laws. First of all, they're gonna take down our videos online, and they're gonna have all types of laws and regulations just to get online. And when she get online, it's gonna be censored as hell. You're only gonna see what they want you to see. Which Google already does that. When you go to Google and you type something on Google, you need to understand. At this point, Google only shows you what Google wants you to see. Google is not giving you all the information. Yes. Google has all the information, but it's called algorithm, where they're actually able to set up an algorithm to show you exactly what they want you to see.
And it's all the way down to your very IP address.
That's right.
They got it to the point, like if you live in a certain area, if you look for a restaurant, it's gonna pull up restaurants in that area.
That's right.
The same way it works with anything else you
Right,
search
and those
for,
restaurants
you know?
have biddings with Google.
Yeah.
So if you make dealings with Google, when somebody Googles restaurant near me, guess who shows up at the very top?
Yeah. And then if you have certain things, say if you got certain things on your menu, if you Google those things, your restaurant will come up first too.
Yes,
Paid
yeah.
advertisement.
And certain companies reach out to Google, whatever business they got, so Google will project their products to people that Google already know through predictive programming, that they already know that these consumers, right, because of what? The fact that Google has watched them, spied on them, they know what you like. So they're gonna put exactly in your face what is it that you like. So it's all control. It's Esau playing God, right?
A couple more and we'll finish up.
Second Edges 5 and
Keep going.
in 10 it says, and shall be sought of many.
Right.
It says, and yet not be found.
Keep going.
It says, then shall unrighteousness and incontinency
Right.
be multiplied upon the earth.
Right, that's when all hell is gonna break loose. That's what it means by unrighteousness and just that shit, like the scripture says, fire is often being sent. Just madness. That's what I'm saying. Like Daniel said, the days of evil such as never been seen before. Madness is gonna explode. You got people ready to go into that Mad Max World Warrior type thing, where they walk around with shoulder pads and tatted faces and clicks and gangs. You see some of them niggas already, right? And then bikes. Some of them niggas in those four wheelers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see how they kind of disrupt traffic. We got a society running, but you already got niggas just disrupting traffic with their bikes and shit. How much more when all hell breaks loose?
That pit bull is like Israel. You see the way it's just wild, you know, it just can't be controlled. This is the word he read. It says incontinence, lack of voluntary control over urination or defecation, lack of self-restraint. That's what you call when shit hits the fan.
Lawlessness, baby. Mad Max Road Warrior, just slash Bushwick, slash The Purge, slash V for Vendetta, slash The Road, Insidious, all of that, Contagion, all of that, all at once, man. Slash what's that? San Andreas.
Oh yeah.
With the Hoover Dam, all of these things, man. All of these things. Slash the movie 2012. Remember?
Oh, yeah,
all the disasters that was going on. So this is what we're going into, man. Go ahead,
Keep going.
Yeah.
5, what was that? 8. Shit.
That's good. Just read that. Read 5 to 8.
I want to get into before we close out.
Yeah, you're in 5th chapter. Go back.
5th, yeah, it's a lot.
Go down to verse
8,
10.
9, 10. Yeah, 10. No, verse 11.
Right.
It says, one land also shall ask another.
What's the verse before that?
This 10.
Right.
It says, and shall be salt of many, and yet not be found. And it says, then shall unrighteousness and incontinency
Right.
be multiplied upon the earth.
You going?
Verse 11, one land also shall ask another,
Right.
and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee?
Right. See that? So you're gonna have people asking questions. The Lord said, "What? Seek me, why what? Seek the Lord while it may be found." So, but you're gonna have individuals, you know these last minute, super last minute Israelites. They're gonna ask around and say, "Is righteousness? Meaning, do you know the truth? Where are the men of the Lord? I'm ready to change my life. I'm ready to be saved." So you always got those Negroes.
Our answer is gonna be how much toilet paper you got.
I know. Yeah, man. And it says one land asking. Meaning what? Why is it? Because those lands are talking about cities. Because you got brothers in different cities. They're gonna look around and be like, "Oh, are the prophets in your city?" You're not gonna know where we at. The Lord is not gonna let you know where we at unless the Lord sends us to you or sends you to us. It's gonna be on a one-on-one basis, baby. And we can't wait for that. We can't wait for Book of Eli pilgrimage type movement.
And we'll know, the Spirit will reveal to us who we need to give answers to, who we need to keep it moving.
Can't wait, man.
With the Book of Eli, you see, he stopped with that chick. He already knew what was up. That's what's gonna be with us, man. We're gonna already have that inclination. We're not gonna have to need to see that you're evil. The Lord's already gonna reveal to us the situations that we're gonna be in, how we're gonna get delivered.
Telling me, because you got people here that want to hold on to this world. I'm like, man, we moving light. You telling me, oh, you don't gotta worry about your house, your car, just grab your sword and move, and you're gonna be fine? I'm like, I don't know why would you be scared? Like, well, you rather be out here paying bills for the rest of your fucking life? And dealing with fucking demonically possessed women and grimy niggas? Or would you rather be like a warrior prophet of the Lord on the road? You know what I'm saying? Pushing this word, man. Come on.
Verse 11 again, it says, one land also shall ask another and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee?
What?
And it shall say no.
Why? Keep reading.
It says, verse 12, at the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain.
There you go, man. What the scripture says, hope defer. Hope defer. Maketh the heart sick. Ain't nothing like your hopes being crushed. That's the word. That's worse than death. Go ahead.
It says, 12, it says, at the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. It says, they shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper.
Go ahead.
To show thee, to show thee such tokens, I have leave. And if thou wilt pray again and weep as now, and fast even days, thou shalt hear yet greater things.
That's it. So now you see those prophecies that Ezra wanted it. He wanted it bad, so he put in the work. He fasted, he prayed, and he got the revelation, and he wrote it for us to get it today. And then when we fast and pray, we get even more understanding. Because he didn't even fully understand what he wrote. Because it wasn't in his time to fully understand it. But it's in our time to fully understand it. All right, and we praise Yahweh by Shem and Shah for that. All right.
Hey, all praise to Panya Hakudam. Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Shalom to the elect, and double honors to our elders and apostles, known as Great Millstone these times. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.